So today we're focusing on solving one-step equations where you don't know what x is, so x isn't given to you, or whatever variable you have. They don't tell you what the variable is. And we're only working with addition and subtraction today. So basically when we're looking at these types of problems, we're saying x, what is x? Plus 2 equals 4. So what plus 2 equals 4? This one you could do pretty easily mentally. You would know 2 plus 2 equals 4. But I'm going to show you how you would work it out. And you need to work it out like I'm showing you, because as we get into more complex problems, this is going to be really important. And you're going to be doing so many steps at one time that if you don't cancel out and you don't show your work like I'm showing you now, it's going to get you all confused. So I'm going to look at the side with my variable. And what I need for this variable to be by itself. So I need to get the variable by itself. Okay, so I need to get x all by itself. But I notice that I have this plus 2 here, and I can't have that. So what I need to do is I need to take the opposite of plus 2, or positive 2. And the opposite of plus 2 is minus 2. So I need to do 2 minus 2, which cancels each other out. It basically just makes 0. You don't even have to put the 0, but I want you to get into the habit of writing like I've written, 2 minus 2, cross it out. That shows me that you've canceled that out, and all that's left on this side is just x. So if I did minus 2 on one side of the equal sign, I have to do minus 2 on the other side of the equal sign. So I take 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. And you could double check yourself, and you could plug this guy back in for x, and you could say, is 2 plus 2 really 4? And yes, it is, so I know my answer is correct. Your final answer needs to look exactly like how I circled. It needs to look like your variable equal to a number, okay? Let's try another one here. So I have 16 plus x, so 16 plus some amount is going to equal 35. You could do this mentally, but I want you to show me your work. I want you to work it out. So I look here, and there is a 16 with my x, and I don't want that. I want x all by itself on one side of the equal sign. So there's nothing in front of my 16, which tells me that it's a positive. I need to take the opposite of positive 16, which is a negative 16. And when I do that, it cancels out on this side, and all I'm left with is x. So if I took a minus 16 on one side, I need to do the same on the other. And I take 35 minus 16. You could borrow if you need to, or you can just do this mentally, is 19. And so x is equal to 19. And I know that x is equal to 19 because I specifically saw myself cancel out those 16s. And that's all I have left on that side. Okay, let's move down to the next one here. Now I'm throwing in some decimals to you. You already know how to add and subtract decimals. Remember to line up your decimals when you're adding and subtracting. Okay, so I'm looking at the side with my variable, and I notice that there's another number on that same side. I don't want that, so this 1.5 needs to go. In front of here is a positive, a plus, so I need to take the opposite of plus 1.5, which is minus 1.5. That cancels this side out, so that all I'm left with on this side is now m. If I did it to one side, I need to do it to the other. So I took minus 1.5 on the left side of the equal sign, and I need to take minus 1.5 on the right side of the equal sign. So 3.9 minus 1.5 is 2.4, and m is equal to 2.4. Circle my answer. Okay, now I'm going to throw some subtraction at you. Same concept, you're taking the opposite of whatever number is with your variable. So x minus 12, at this negative 12 minus 12 is with my variable. I don't want that. So I need to take the opposite of minus 12, which is positive 12. When I do that, that cancels out, and all I'm left with on this side is x. If I did it to one side, I need to do it to the other. 49 plus 12 gets me 61, and x is equal to 61. Let's come down here. This is a little different because you notice that your variable isn't the first thing in your equation. So you have a number and then minus your variable. Okay, I still want to get the variable by itself though. So I'm looking here at my 36. There's no sign in front of it, which means it's positive. I need to take the opposite of positive 36, which is minus 36. And that all that leaves me with is a negative y. If I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. So I take positive 18 minus 36. They're different signs, so I know I have to subtract. 36 minus 18 is 18. Because 36 is bigger, my answer is negative 18. So I need to bring that down, and I have negative y is equal to negative 18. You'll notice that I have two negatives here, and when I have those two negatives on each side of the equal sign, they cancel out, and I just get y is equal to 18. Let's try one more like that. Okay, I notice that I have this 43 on the same side as my y. I can't have that. I need my variable all by itself. So I'm going to take the opposite of this plus 43, which is minus 43. That cancels it out. If I do it on one side, I have to do it on the other. I have a negative 10 minus 43. They are both the same signs. We're adding and subtracting. When they're both the same signs, we are going to add the numbers together. 10 plus 43 is 53. They're both negative, so I keep the negative. And now I have negative y is equal to negative 53 because I have two negatives, one on each side of the equal sign. They cancel out, and all I'm left with is y is equal to positive 53. Okay, let's try one of those with the decimal, and then I will let you off to do your worksheet for the day. Okay, so I'm looking at the side with my variable. I notice there's a negative 3.8 with it, and I can't have that. I need to do the opposite of minus 3.8, which is plus 3.8. That cancels on this side, and all I'm left with is g. If I did it on one side, I need to do it on the other. So I need to go 3.8 on this side and add it on. So I have 0.8 plus 3.8, 6, carry my 1. So 4.6, positive 4.6 is equal to g. And that is my final answer. Okay, I'm going to let you go so you can try some of them on your own on your worksheet.